I hit a phase where my usual strength no longer moved the needle, at least not the way that it used to. Discipline got me far, and then consistency got me even farther. But eventually I was hitting this 90% wall with zero momentum. I was stuck. I was stuck at 90%. What I didn't understand at the time is simple but brutal. The last 10% isn't about effort, it's about evolution. If you're feeling that same plateau, let's unpack why that could be. So I have a little story here. So when I was working in physical therapy, I saw the same pattern in patients over and over. Someone would come into the clinic, say with like chronic knee pain. And the moment I suggested making a few changes, like strengthening certain muscles or adjusting their routine, their daily routine, adding in new movements, etc., they immediately started listing everything that they were doing, almost like defending themselves. So they were like, well, I walk up and down the driveway this many times and I do firewood and all, like all the things that they're doing. I've even had patients, like 50-year-old patients, when I asked them what they did for activity, reference playing football in high school, right? So they would like get very defensive. But here's what they never realized. All those things that they were proud of were the exact things that brought them into the clinic in the first place. That routine that they were so proud of led them to sitting in that chair in my office. Their old routine had carried them as far as it could, so sitting in my treatment room was proof that those habits had hit their ceiling. And the only way forward was to change the approach, not repeat the one that they already maxed out. It's the same thing in all areas of life. You can work hard, you can stay consistent, you can push yourself, and it still sometimes hits a wall. And when you do, the solution isn't doubling down on the familiar. It's upgrading the approach. Let me break down what that looks like. So point number one, what got you moving will eventually stop working. Early on, progress can come from brute effort, showing up, grinding, pushing through. But every approach has a ceiling. At 90%, force stops creating movement, and refinement becomes the only way forward. The jump to 100% doesn't come from doing more of the same. It comes from tightening your focus, removing friction, making smarter, cleaner decisions. The tools that got you started aren't the tools that will finish the job. Point number two, the next level requires a new level of you. You can get far by relying on momentum, habit, routine, muscle memory, but the final stretch demands intentional choices and a sharper internal standard. It requires shifting how you see yourself, what you expect from yourself, and how you deliberately move going forward. Growth slows down when your identity stays behind. To reach 100%, your self-concept has to mature along with your goals. And your decisions have to reflect that evolution. Point number three, the skills you avoid become the barrier that you keep hitting. It's rarely a lack of effort holding you back when you hit that 90% wall. It's oftentimes the skill or skills that you never learned. Communication, time management, leadership, boundaries, emotional regulation. The avoided skill is usually the bottleneck. And that definitely ties into the having to grow internally to get that last 10%. Point number 4, you must replace old habits, not add more. Short and sweet. You hit 90% because certain habits served you. You hit 100% by letting go of the ones that no longer fit. Upgrading often means subtraction, not addition. And I think a lot of times people get like that confused and they're like, okay, well, I'm already doing all this stuff and I just need to add more stuff on top of it. You know, like I'm already doing good on the diet. Maybe I just need to add some Jocko fuel drinks to the mix. That's the solution, right? You gotta sift through all that. Point number 5, you need better systems, not more motivation. Structure, environment, planning, and accountability outperform that brute effort that you first put in the beginning. The last 10% is won by systems that make progress automatic. So in closing, getting to 90% took effort, and I applaud you for that. Getting to 100%, that last 10%, it's going to take intention. No more autopilot. No more repeating yesterday's habits, hoping for tomorrow's results. If you want that final stretch, you have to upgrade how you operate and who you're becoming. So here's your challenge. Pick one thing tonight, one skill you've avoided, one habit you need to cut out, one system you need to build and level it up. Small shifts equal big impact. That's how that last 10% is achieved. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Seth. If you got something out of this video, please drop a comment, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It really helps the channel out a lot. And if you're still doom scrolling, check out one of these videos right over here because I'm sure it's right up your alley. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.